Hey there, I would like to pitch my project measuring, quantifying, and mapping the health of software, data science, and open science communities. My name is Johanna Bayer, and I'm a research scientist at the Donders Institute for Brain Cognition and Behavior in the Netherlands, where I create so-called brain charts, that is, normative models of large neuroimaging datasets. I wear a couple of additional hats, one of them being that I'm the incoming chair of the Open Science Special Interest Group of the Organization for Human Brain Mapping. I'm also an organizer of so-called brain hacks, which are beginner-friendly and inclusive hackathons around neuroimaging and neuroscience. And we organize one brain hack global per year online. I've also contributed to the NASA TOPS curriculum in this section of open software, and I've taught this open software section as part of the OLS Nebula program. I'm also involved in a couple of US initiatives around Ripronim, which is the Center for Reproducible Neuroimaging. They have a fellowship program, and I'm a fellow and trainer there. I also teach as a teaching assistant in a spin-off of Ripronim, which is called Repro Rehab, where we teach students of the rehabilitation sciences, open science principles and practices. Further, I am involved in a community called datatalks.club, which is a community of around 60,000 people that are interested in data science, and I'm the podcast producer of this community. We create a podcast. And I'm currently also reviewing applications for the Research Software Maintenance Fund of the SSI. Last but not least, I'm deeply involved in the Turing Way community. I'm in the Book Dash organization committee of the upcoming Book Dash. I've been a core contributor since 2020, and I'm in the community governance group as well as an infrastructure maintainer. And this proposal has been endorsed by the Turing Way. So my basis for this proposal is that there's a growing interest in understanding and sustaining the health of open science and data science communities, yet there is no consensus on how to measure community health in a systemic and comparable way. And this is also from my own observation that, especially after the pandemic, there has been in many communities a loss of voluntary contributors and also widespread burnout. So I would be really interested in investigating in community health in these communities. But I'm also aware that communities differ quite a bit in like their organization, their structure, their aims. So I would also like to take that into account, like how do communities differ and how does that affect their community health? So my research question is like, how do communities differ in their organization? How do they differ in their overall health? How are the two related? And then what are key indicators and predictors of healthy or unhealthy community dynamics? So I aim to identify and develop measures that quantify community health and map interaction within a community. I have my eyes on a couple of existing frameworks, but I'll probably have to adapt those. I'll talk about that in a second. I want to measure community health across these communities that I have selected, compare the results, and then also share insights and feedback with these communities and also with the chaos community, where I probably take some of the measures that I want to use from. So the measures or the tools that I have looked into are Agar and Grimoire Lab. Agar focuses on GitHub data and allows to measure community activity, contributor engagement, project evolution, etc. Grimoire Lab allows to combine several data sources, for example, also Mattermost, Slack, and mailing lists. And finally, I want to visualize all of this. The communities that I have selected are the Turing Way, where we will use GitHub and Slack data, Repro Rehab. They also have a YouTube channel that I will look at. Brainhack.org has Mattermost. Datadog Club have a massive YouTube channel. The OSIC has also a mailing list and YouTube and Chromecast. And then for Chaos, I will just share the results. So I will not analyze this community. But then in terms of sharing and feedback, I want to do 3 in-person workshops, one for the Turing Way and one for Data Talks at Clubs, where I will go in person. And the third one is Repro Rehab, where they have a summit where I'm invited every year. So yeah, I will also go there. The rest will be shared online or as a part of a hackathon. And I've obtained the green light for this proposal for all of these communities. So this is my timeline. First, I want to look a bit more into the literature, what else is out there, and I will be in close touch with these communities because I've obtained Go from the leader, but I also want to inform the members a bit about this analysis that I'm planning to do. Of note, I'm not going to use or share personalized data. I'm going to gather the data, and then I want to do the modeling and mapping, and finally generate results and nice plots or graphs. And then last but not least, I want to share all my results and also write all of this up as a chapter in the Turing Way. And I'm planning to attend the collaborations workshop and RSECon, as well as the book dashes of the Turing Way. Asking respectively for £2,000 for conference attendance, that would be RSECon and the Collab workshop, and then for these in-person share-outs in the UK and Germany. So just a quick note on my status as international applicant. So I'm already tied in with the Turing Way quite strongly. I don't see any issues regarding language barrier or time difference. And I will make all my results available to all communities, especially the Turing Way, which is a community that I will start with. And this proposal also overlaps with 2 additional proposals of Cassandra Gould from Prague and Dr. Sarah Villa, and we will combine forces and hopefully have a really nice analysis of community health in the end. Thank